With MLB players making millions a year, it's no surprise they cash out on things that you could only dream of. From crazy expensive cars to huge mansions, this is just the beginning of what MLB players have spent tens of millions of dollars on. Shohei Ohtani, Tesla Model X. Ohtani still has yet to receive his enormous payday, but he is still making enough to make a fairly significant investment in an incredible car. While the amount he paid for his Tesla Model X will look like nothing compared to some of the figures we will share later in the video, a $100,000 vehicle is nothing to laugh at. The Tesla Model was also Ohtani's first car purchase in the States after getting his US driver's license during the offseason. Tesla creator Elon Musk was pleased to see Ohtani repping his brand, as Musk has wanted to reach Japan with Tesla since Japan is the fourth highest auto market in the entire world. When Elon Musk is noticing you, that means you really have made it. Ohtani is a superstar in every sense of the word, and something tells me we will see even more expensive cars in his future. When Shohei hits free agency, he is instantly going to become one of the highest paid athletes in all of professional sports. Up next is a custom-made car for one of the best relievers in the game. Aroldis Chapman, 150K Jeep. A Jeep that is over 100K seems somewhat unnecessary, but this Jeep is different from your typical Wrangler you might see driving down the highway. Chapman not only had the vehicle custom made, he also has black Kevlar on the exterior of the car with red fabric on the interior. The car also sits on 6 wheels. It looks more like a tank than your average car. And for a guy nicknamed the Cuban Missile, it certainly is a fitting form of transportation. Additionally, the car was given an extra axle because it was fitted for 6 wheels, and it runs on diesel and has 600 horsepower. With all the elaborate changes to the car, it ended up costing Chapman $150,000. A price tag he was more than willing to pay. Chapman would be hard to miss driving down the streets of New York City in his 6-wheel mammoth of a vehicle. A couple of San Diego Padres not only treated themselves after receiving their large paydays, but also took care of their families with some extremely thoughtful purchases. Manny Machado, family home, cars. Thanks to GQ Sports, we got to learn how Manny Machado spent his first $1 million he made in the big leagues. In the video, Machado discusses how he bought a number of cars not just for himself, but also for his family. Machado states that he bought his mom a $60,000 Escalade, his sister a $40,000 Range Rover, and himself an $80,000 Mercedes-Benz CL500. But Machado did not stop there, as he bought his whole family a $700,000 home in Miami, which included his immediate family and cousins. Buying a home for your family is one thing, but dropping a $700,000 figure is a whole different level of generosity. Machado might have a bad boy reputation on the field, but off of it, he is extremely loyal and giving with his family, as evidenced by these huge purchases. Fernando Tatis Jr., jewelry, Audi Q8, parents' house. Once again, GQ Sports gave us more quality content at this time. We learned how Fernando Tatis Jr. spent his first million in the show. Tatis Jr. recently signed a massive 14-year, $340 million deal with the San Diego Padres. So spending $1 million does not exactly leave much of a hole in his wallet. Still, he made a few significant purchases worth discussing. Tatis Jr. claims he wanted to start out his spending spree by having a bit of fun, so the all-star shortstop spent around $300,000 on watches and chains alone. Much of this bling can be seen while he is on the field, as Tatis often sports plenty of jewelry. Tatis then bought himself a car. He purchased an Audi Q8 for an estimated worth of around $180,000. But he also had plenty of adjustments and upgrades to the car, which left the total transaction at around $220,000. Finally, he saved his greatest purchase for last, as he spent $800,000 on a home for his parents. Another very generous purchase, but when you're making $340 million, this kind of investment is far from a huge risk. Alright, we've discussed some of the most expensive cars and jewelry players have purchased, but how about homes? Let's take a look at some wildly expensive mansions MLB players have purchased. Zack Greinke, $4 million mansion. When Zack Greinke was a member of the Los Angeles Dodgers, he bought a Studio City mansion for around $4 million. Greinke spent 3 seasons in LA and lived in the mansion during that time. However, Greinke recently sold that mansion for $4.75 million after leaving the Dodgers. The home itself is 11,000 square feet and has 7 bedrooms with 9 baths. Greinke added a gym, pool, and a spa waterfall amongst other things to personalize it to his liking. This is truly the definition of a professional athlete's living style. I'm sure selling it was not the easiest decision he's ever made. However, we have even more expensive mansions to show you moving forward. Garrett Cole, $5.5 million mansion. When Garrett Cole signed a 9-year contract worth $324 million with the New York Yankees, he was bound to make some large investments. And he did just that, and then some. Right after signing the deal, Cole went and purchased a mansion worth $5.5 million. The home is located roughly half an hour from Yankee Stadium, but I don't think Cole minds the commute all that much given his fancy living situation. The mansion is built in colonial style and features 5 bedrooms with a pool and a hot tub as well. With Cole set to pitch in New York for nearly the next decade, this home will be well worth the investment. Next, we will share with you a home purchased by a star player and his supermodel wife. Justin Verlander, $6.5 million mansion. Houston Astros star pitcher Justin Verlander already makes a lot of money. When you combine his income with that of his wife, supermodel Kate Upton, you are bound to end up living in a very expensive home. The two bought a mansion in Florida worth $6.5 million. It is a beautiful waterfront property that features plenty of various add-ons such as a gym, pool table, bar, amongst other really cool things. The outside features a putting green, hot tub, and a lounge area, and they also have a personal boat dock as well. Simply put, this is true high-class living for the celebrity couple. It is also probably the place to go and have a good time for the Astros when they are in spring training in Florida. One of baseball's longest tenured players crashed in on beautiful property after making some big-time money. Yadier Molina, $7.15 million mansion. Yadier Molina has been with the St. Louis Cardinals for a very long time, and has established himself as one of the most consistent backstops the game has ever seen. Because of all of his success, Molina has made a great living for himself and his family during his time in the big leagues. Back in 2012, Yadier purchased one of the most expensive-looking mansions you are gonna see for an astounding price of $7.15 million. The home stretches across 4 acres and features a movie theater, a tennis court, and plenty of waterfront space. It is a beautiful home and looks similar to a castle. As incredible as this mansion is, Molina sold it in 2020 for a profitable $8 million. That is a solid return on investment for the veteran catcher. The final 2 selections are 2 of the best players in the entire game. These 2 guys have earned every penny and put their money to good use with these investments. Mookie Betts, $7.6 million mansion. Following the Dodgers World Series victory in 2020, Mookie Betts, who had recently inked a deal worth $365 million over the course of 12 seasons, purchased a $7.6 million home in Encino, California. The former MVP bought the mansion from former NFL head coach and current UCLA coach Chip Kelly. The home is 2 stories and features 9 bedrooms and 10 bathrooms. It has all the necessary amenities of a mansion, with a fancy dining room, a movie theater, pool and spa, and even a candy machine. Betts has consistently been one of the most productive players in all of baseball, and is often discussed in the best player overall conversation. He earned his big payday and made a very impressive purchase with this home. Mike Trout, $9.15 million mansion. Finally, baseball's highest paid player was destined to make an appearance on this list. Trout signed the largest contract in MLB history, worth $426.5 million over 12 years with the Angels. The mansion is worth $9.15 million and is located in Newport Beach, California. It is about 20 miles from Angel Stadium and provides a beautiful view of the ocean. Trout has become arguably the best player in baseball over the course of his career, and even after an injury-riddled 2021 campaign, many still consider him number 1 in the sport. This mansion is well-deserved for Mike Trout. Shohei Ohtani became the best in the MLB. Click the video on screen to find out how he did it.